want me no more. Oh, I want.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the new episode of Trash Talking with the Old Heads.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
your host, Dante. What's up? Along with my debate partners, Greg C. What's happening, brother?
What's happening? You know what I say.
My boy Black, J. Wren. Go on, tell us the motto, bro.
You know it, man. No excuses. Play like a champion.
And
Play like Frankie Beverly and Mays.
Why play like a champion when you can be a champion?
Play like Frankie Beverly and Mays.
You already know, man. Before we get started, though, we got to honor the legend himself.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to let him ride for just a second before
and
we get into
what will I think about you? I know you feel this.
Well, that boy Frankie Beverly, boy.
But what happened?
Always at the barbecue.
Always at the barbecue, baby.
Always.
Barbecues, bar mitzvahs,
Picnics,
fish fries,
weddings, receptions, everything, bro.
I wanna know right now. Hey, after the morning.
Rest in peace, Frankie. We appreciate the memories, bro.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
We definitely appreciate all the memories, man, that Frankie gave us, man. But let's dive in, man. We got a lot on tap today, man. You know, wide world of sports. You know, our debates are always heated, opinions always strong, and the trash talk is always on point.
Yes,
so
sir.
You know what it is, man. We got a jam-packed show today, man. We got some college football. Got a little cash talk. That boy is hot. I'm 5-1 picking these winners, boy. I'm hot.
I'd like fish grease.
You already know, bro. I'm on point. I've been making people money so far. If you bet it, you made money, because I know I did last week. But man, you know what we got.
Before we get started, we got you. I keep
forgetting, damn Soldier Boy. I'm sorry, Soldier Boy.
Man, Soldier Boy gonna stab you.
He protect this house, dog.
He gonna stab you. You keep forgetting it, man.
He
sitting over there like,
house.
man.
You know what I'm saying? So my boy Soldier Boy been hanging out with me since probably 1999. You know what I'm saying? Been protecting everywhere I've been. You know what I'm saying? Apartment, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Soldier Boy been in there. You know what I'm saying?
And we got to shout out our boy who been with us for a long time, running the production today.
Oh, you already know I was going to get to him.
I call him
boy
Dim
DJ back there in the back.
Say what's up, Dim J.
What's going on, people?
Let's go, baby.
My boy DJ, another Niner fan. Welcome, sir.
Fuck him.
Welcome,
Bang,
sir.
bang,
Welcome to the studio, bro.
Bang, bang.
Welcome to the studio. Hey, but we're going to kick it off, man, with this college game of the week, bro. It's only really one game of any consequence this week,
It's
man.
two, actually. We forgot USC at the big house.
Okay, that one, yeah, but when we don't care nothing about USC or Michigan. So we're going to talk a little Oklahoma, Tennessee, man. G, what's your impressions of this game, bro?
Man, I got a couple, man. I got Tennessee. They 6.5 favorites. Josh Heupel's return to Norman. That's going to be huge, so it's going to be a lot of fanfare behind that. So I can't wait to see the atmosphere. It's going to be historic. I think maybe this is probably Tennessee's first time in Norman in a while.
Yeah,
quite some time.
Probably so.
But Tennessee boasts one of the top 5 offenses in the nation, top 5 in explosive plays, but who they done played so far?
My boy, you took the words right out of my mouth.
NC State wasn't a player, but
Chattanooga 69-3, NC State 51-10, and Kent State 71-9.
And that game was close until that pick 6 kind of broke it open. And
so, but to answer your question, nobody.
And NC State, you're right, because they play in the ACC, and every team in the ACC is just like Florida State.
Hey, don't do that.
Dookie.
Don't do that. Don't do that, bro.
Oklahoma's offensive line is a little bit banged up. You know what I'm saying? They leading rusher, Jackson Arnold, their quarterback, is the leading rusher. They running back has 126 yards on 31 carries. 3 games, 126 yards. That's pathetic to Oklahoma.
Pathetic.
Like you said, Tennessee been beating up on some bullshit, but if you look at their defense, they've only got 4 sacks.
Yeah, right. And right now they're giving up 3 points a game, but
that's against nobody.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So,
but I will say this: Nico What is his name? Amalieva?
Yeah, man.
Amalieva or something? What I have
Nico.
Nico. We just gonna call it Nico. You know what I'm saying? The QB.
Right.
You're right.
He's been pretty impressive. Has 107. They got a 178 point differential.
Right.
Against the Cupcakes that they're playing.
Cupcakes.
So I got to go with Tennessee wins, but it won't be a blowout.
Okay. How close?
Oklahoma to cover.
Oklahoma to cover the 6.5. Okay. All right. Rand, you agreeing? But before, let's be fair. Let me go over Oklahoma schedule. Temple, 51-3. Houston, 16-12. And then they beat Tulane, 34-19.
Anybody scored over 20 points on them?
No.
So I think Tennessee's first real chance, like I told you, they was very, very close with NC State in that first half, 10-3. So until the game got broke open and NC State had to get out their element, I don't think Oklahoma get out their element. They in Norman. They'll keep it close.
Okay. You agree, Ren? Will it be close?
I really don't think it's going to be close. I mean, Vegas does a good job of calling this stuff, but I just don't see how it can be close. I've heard talking heads say Oklahoma's defense is great. I heard the word great, but then they really play anybody.
Temple,
so why are we
Houston,
calling
Tulane.
them? Why are we calling them a great defense? They do struggle to score. We know that for sure. Their offense is they're putrid.
16 points versus Houston.
And unfortunately for them, Tennessee is holding their opponents to about 160 yards.
3 points. But they garbage opponents, though.
And that's what Oklahoma is averaging on offense. So if Tennessee's defense stands, then they're probably going to hold them to less than that. So I think
again, you have to temper those stats with who they've played.
Who they played, right?
Well, I can do that, but scoring is scoring. Like if you've played these sorry teams and ain't really been able to get your offense going, that says something to me. So
right.
How are you gonna play against Tennessee, who's more talent is more talent and a more balanced team?
They are talented, so I still got them to win. But when a team that's front runners, when they go up against defenses that the talent level from Tennessee to who they played to Tennessee and Oklahoma, that margin
shrinks a little bit.
Has shrunk.
I guess the question is, though, how much talent does Oklahoma actually have? I guess that's really the question. Are they talented? We say it because they're Oklahoma.
They recruit well.
Right, but are they talented for real?
Well.
I'm interested to see Nico and this balanced offense go up against this so-called great defense. We've seen him throw it. He's been throwing it all over the yard, but they are running the ball.
Right.
They got a balanced attack. So I don't see it being a close game. I think Tennessee
by how many?
2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns at least.
Yeah.
Man. Honestly, I don't know what to make of it, man. Tennessee has looked more impressive in their wins against the Cupcakes.
Right.
But it's still Cupcakes. You know what I'm saying?
Cupcakes.
Still Cupcakes. And Oklahoma hasn't looked as good against the Cupcakes.
What they call them in the NFL, tomato cans.
Right. You want to call them that? You know what I'm saying? So it's just, is it a situation where Oklahoma has just been playing down to the competition because they know they're better, and they'll step up at home this time knowing that they have to, or is it a situation where maybe they're not just that good? You know what I'm saying? We won't know until Saturday.
This will be the proving ground.
This is the proving ground for both of these teams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take Tennessee too. I tend to think it's going to be more than 6.5, though, G.
Okay.
I think it's going to be 10 plus.
We'll come back here next.
We will.
We'll come back Tuesday on Tasting Tuesdays.
The Sooners are so desperate for offense, they're going with the true freshman at running back.
Yeah, because
they got some.
How much worse can they do? But again, a lot of it is on the offensive line, right?
It's the Houston game for me. When the parts that I saw that one, it was kind of like, I'm not sure they
was lacking.
I'm not sure they ready for any big boys. You know what I'm saying?
They was lacking, but here's the thing.
If Tennessee keeps running the ball.
This is what you do know about teams that are front runners. And we're going to go ahead and call Tennessee a front runner. Sorry, Vol Nation.
Why are we calling them a front runner?
Because they out there hanging up, putting up
but you the one
onside kicks and up 30.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to
That's
run the
good
score up.
practice.
That ain't good practice. That's bull. That's
good
That's
practice.
bullshit.
They
That's
did
good
pull off
practice
though.
on your
They could have scored
execution.
100 in that game.
That's good
They could
practice.
have scored
That's
100.
good
Hey man,
practice.
but scoring 65 and a half.
I
you know
told
what I'm saying, and up 30 and going for an onside kick really is front running. That's the very essence of front running. So this is what I say about that. When teams get into dog fights, and I think they will be at Oklahoma. They've been playing at home except for the NC State game, which was a neutral site game.
That's the only thing Oklahoma favor in my mind, though. The fact that
exactly. So I'm not saying that they're going to win. I'm just saying it's not going to be by a blowout. It's not going to be a blowout.
I'm not calling blowout either, but I think it'll be 10 plus. You know what I'm saying? I think. Well, I guess that. I
got Tennessee to cover.
I think all those points are just impressive to me.
I mean, I got Tennessee plus the points.
I mean, Oklahoma played.
No, you got Oklahoma.
Oklahoma plus the points. That's what I mean.
Oklahoma played lesser opponents, but they ain't putting up crazy points like this, except for one game.
I mean, but you can look at
Did they play down to the competition?
Right.
Like I said, we won't know until Saturday.
So who was Oklahoma's competition again?
Oh man, you looking at that right now?
Colorado struggled against Oklahoma. Played
Tennessee,
Temple, Houston, and Tulane.
Oklahoma, Temple, Houston, and Tulane.
Right.
All three D1 opponents. I mean, in marginally good conferences. Decent conference.
We'll call them marginal.
Marginally
right.
decent conference.
Right. They in conferences.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you look at Tennessee's, they played NC State, ACC, that's good conference. But you got Kent State.
Kent State, right.
And who was their first team? I know their first team they
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga.
But they put it on them.
Right.
They did what they were supposed to do.
That's why it's such an interesting matchup. You know what I'm saying?
Like Colorado and Colorado State last year.
I'm like, we beat down the cupcakes. Y'all struggle with the cupcakes. What does that mean?
Right. We're going to segue into the NFL with this comment, and I'm going to go against my boys. So remember when the Cowboys was beating up on the Jets, beating up on the Giants, right? But when they played a team that could, you know what I'm saying, that they could play,
right? But before we move there, though,
hold on.
Contender or pretender on Tennessee?
I got Tennessee as
far as national title. I'm not talking about making the playoffs, but as far as the national title contender.
But I had them in the playoffs though, so I think they're a good team.
Okay,
I'm not saying that they're not a good team.
National title.
Let me take that. Let me say that. I'm not saying they're not a good team. I just think that they're gonna have some challenges this week.
So you're a no on national title contender.
National title, hell no.
National title contender.
I don't know.
They'll make the playoffs, but they won't. They're not getting it further than the first.
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
We need to see them play a stronger SEC team.
Right, which is why I hate
the Gators.
They're gonna fire their coach in the bye week. I'm calling it.
Yeah, he should have been fired Sunday.
I'm calling it now.
He should have been fired
Win or lose
Sunday.
this week, they fire him the bye week.
He should have been fired Sunday.
Watch what I tell you. Watch. Remember, I called it. But before we move to the NFL, man, one more team. I know, Ren, you want to discuss contender or pretender. Texas.
I like Texas. I really do like Texas. And then for them to lose the starting quarterback and Arch Manning.
Arch getting the start.
And Arch coming there and there's no drop off. They got running backs by committee. They
strong
like a
line
team too. I called it against Michigan. I told you they was going.
Yeah, you and Greg said that they were going.
Okay, yeah, you did. You was on that too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. There was no mystique in the big house.
None.
That game.
Zero.
So I like Texas.
Contender?
I think Texas is a real number one so far. I really do.
Well, the AP, I think
they're a contender. They're a contender.
Contender.
They're a contender, but we'll see when because they got to play Georgia. They got to play Tennessee. So we'll see.
Yeah, we're going to find out about them too.
It's going to shake out.
We'll find out.
It's early for everybody.
It is because they don't play a real team until
the games start next week.
Yeah, and they don't play anybody till Oklahoma.
Because I don't give a piss about nothing but.
I wish I could open up. We're on a text with a bunch of good brothers, and I don't really do any texting on it on college football Saturdays, but they all Bama fans, and I wish I could open it up to the world to see what this dude, when he's sitting up here talking about tomato cans with these teams, but when Bama is beating the dog when they beating the dog shit out of all these teams they play, he all for it. You know, at least I just said at least it's good practice on execution and running up the score.
Hold on, man. So you talking about us running up the score?
Okay, all right, let's go. Come on, Dante.
And compared to somebody doing an onside kick up 30,
Stop, Dante.
Stop, man.
Let's go, Dante.
All right, but let's switch gears, man, to the NFL. And Greg, it's time for your Lil D Energy Report.
It's that time.
Give us the Lil D Energy Report.
I thought you skipped the segment. We're supposed to be covering the Jets and the Pats, but we'll go ahead and.
No, we said we're going to do that third, brother.
Okay. I had it mixed up. My bad.
It's all right, bro. It's all right.
All right, it's time for
your Lil D Energy Report.
I need you to actually put some respect on our name, sir. Big D Energy.
Pause. Broke backs.
She didn't pause when I put it on the last night.
The Dallas baby yours. What you got?
All right, so it's the same issue we've had for years. Stopping teams committed to running the ball.
Years.
I didn't ask for you to echo what I had to say, sir. You'll have your chance.
Oh, go ahead, bro. I was just trying to, support you in your comment.
You ain't trying to support nothing.
You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys.
We gave up 135 yards rushing before contact. So what does that say?
Y'all soft as Charmin.
Do we have the personnel?
The day was oiled up.
Slippery.
Again, I didn't ask for your commentary.
My bad.
Shut the hell up when I'm talking. Jesus Christ.
Go ahead.
49er fans are beyond nauseating. I hate y'all some bitches. But anyway. The defense was out of sorts all game. It started with, because the first series we had we stopped them running. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple good stops, which happens in the NFL and college. You know what I'm saying? That first attack, you usually ain't gashing and gaping folks. So they hit that.
Then they score on the first 6.
Let me get to it. I'm saying we stopped the run,
but
then we opened up.
All right.
They opened up a play action pass across deep down the middle, and Olave caught like a 30, 40-yard bomb deep across the middle, got them in position, they scored. The next possession they got, it was 7-3. Next possession they got, they hit Shaheed for that 70-yard bomb, and that was pretty much it. We were out of sorts from that point on. After that point, they was able to get whatever they wanted in the running game.
I mean, I guess my question for you, and it's a serious question, as a Cowboy fan, the run defense, man, why can't they fix it?
Well, I was going to get to that. I don't know if it's the person. Well, I know it's the personnel. I don't know necessarily if it's the scheme, but I was watching some highlights, going back, watching some film on it. We definitely wasn't setting the edges. We were getting outflanked from the get-go. Anytime, and it's the same type of rushing style that Green Bay employed, that it's the Mike Shanahan tree offense. Everybody who we've gotten destroyed by, we can't stop.
One cut, you know what I'm saying?
We can't stop it, and I don't know if it's our scheme more so than it's the personnel. Like I said, we got Micah, and in that game, to his defense, they didn't really run to his side. They was running away from his side every time, and which gives me concern because DeMarco Lawrence supposed to be our best edge run stopper. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if, because we was at a 3-4 last year. We've been under 3-4 under Dan Quinn. Mike Zimmer came over.
Kendricks in the middle.
But when the linemen are running free, you can't get to where you need to get to. Demario Overshawn, he didn't get to where he was supposed to. Our cornerbacks wasn't setting the edge off of, obvious run plays, because that's who's supposed to, force inside. Really is the cornerbacks. They're supposed to be able to shed blocks off the wide receivers and supposed to force it back inside. None of that was happening. Like, the sideline was wide open.
So what does that say about y'all chance? Because I count about at least 7 teams in the NFC that run that offense.
You got Green Bay.
Now, all of them aren't talented, but 4 or 5 of them are.
You got the Falcons. You got Detroit. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of them. The Eagles don't run that offense, but they run effectively.
Right. And I'm sure at weeks they all play, they'll put some of it in.
They'll put it in. So we got to, what it says for me is that we have to figure out a way. I mean,
outscore everybody.
That ain't gonna happen. We don't have the
right. But I think that's y'all only path to real success.
No, we got to make a commit. I don't know. We got to find a committed effort on stopping that type of running attack.
Speaking of that committed effort, you got any problem with what Micah said? Basically, I'm trying and everybody else not trying at my level.
I do. Because
I'm paraphrasing, but
I do, because Michael, you're not blameless. You're not blameless. And you know what I'm saying? I believe the Cowboys been using you wrong. I think you should be a stand-up linebacker, not, down. I don't think you should be a down edge rusher. I think you should be stand up on obvious passing plays, maybe get down on all fours, but on first, second down, you need to be playing both the pass and the run.
How many years has he been in the NFL, man?
Was this year 4?
Year 4? This year 3. This year 3. His first year, he did some stand up, some.
Is he your best player?
I can't say that. He one of the best.
Who's your best player? Who's the best player on the Dallas man on the Dallas?
Right now it's CD. Right now it's CD, because
I don't think I've ever heard anybody say
he's our best player on defense.
CD was the best. No, I'm saying who's the best overall player.
Best overall player right now is CD Lamb.
I've never heard anybody say anybody other than Michael Parsons. Everybody says Michael Parsons is the Cowboys.
I don't care what everybody says. You ask me. And the reason why I say that is because Micah disappears.
And
just like the last game.
That's correct. This is year 4.
This year 4?
Because you have to remember, he up for a contract after this year.
But when he was hurt the first year, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. This year 4? Okay, my bad.
Year 4.
But his first season, he did play some standing up, and he did play some as a down lineman. That was his best season to me. That was his best season because he wasn't worn the hell out. To me, he's too small to play that edge all game long.
But you praise it early in the season. They do the same thing every year. Don't just say it's just Micah.
I didn't say it's just Micah. You said it's just Micah.
He disappears.
He does.
At the end of the season. The whole defense disappears by the end of the season. Y'all do this every year. We've been saying it. Every year Michael's been in the league.
But if he is the best player, you're not saying, if you're saying he's the best player, just like you would for LeBron James, for anybody that you hate, if he's the best player, he shouldn't disappear. He shouldn't disappear. Or if the team loses, there is some obvious impact of that best player. He has none in big games. He had none against the Green Bay Packers. He had none against the Saints.
Best player on the Dallas Cowboys by far is the person we've been that has drawn comparisons to LT, which is Michael Parsons.
And y'all shoot that shit down every time. Nobody shoot that shit down every single time.
Nobody has ever called
y'all
CeeDee
shoot
Lamb,
that shit
Jerry
down.
Rice, Randy Moss. Nobody's called them.
This year,
give me another receiver.
That's a fair point.
Last year, who was the best player? Was it Micah or was it CD?
The
best player shows up.
Nobody's called him Sterling Sharp.
I don't care what they.
Nobody's called him Debo Samuel. Nobody's called him Adams.
I think CD last year was more consistent. He was a better player last year.
That's my point.
As far as his consistency.
That's my point.
He played well the whole year. I think if you ask most people who is the more talented, better player, most of them are going to say.
They're going to say Michael Parsons, but you ask me. I don't believe he's the best player because he doesn't do it consistently.
So you saying CeeDee Lamb is the best player on the Dallas Cowboys this season? That's what you're saying?
Yes. Until proven otherwise. Okay. It would be
better than Dak?
Is CD better than Dak? We got to say so. I got to say so. Yeah, he the most consistent. Dak inconsistent.
I just know I never heard it, but okay.
But anyway, so on to my prediction versus the Ravens. Number one, we've just talked about. The defense got to tighten up. We got to stop the run.
We just want to hear the prediction.
I'm gonna tell you,
all that. Y'all gonna win or lose.
Micah got to be disruptive, like Mike.
All these qualifiers.
I'm telling you what my keys to success is.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead.
We need more production from Shoemaker because we saw Brock Bowers be able to eat against the Ravens defense.
Yeah.
And, without Jake Ferguson there, he's got to be able to step up. And Gardner Minshew was able to eat against their Ravens defense. So
Late. I don't know why they fold late like that, but go ahead.
but yeah, even still, he didn't throw for 30 for 38. He wasn't 30 for 38 late.
Yeah, but I'm saying the big plays came late though. So
No, they didn't.
the ones that
they didn't.
The ones that got them points did.
They was within 6-10 points the entire game.
Right, but they wasn't going up and down the field early. Look at the
Neither
final
were the
score.
Ravens.
But that's
Neither
what
were
I'm
the
saying.
Ravens. So
I'm saying so, but the stuff he was doing early, it wasn't doing nothing. They wasn't scoring no points.
it don't matter. He still was able to complete passes. This is Gardner Minshew.
But did you see the passes though?
Yeah, I did. He was completing pass. He had the first half. Devontae Adams was 4 catches for 25 yards.
Right.
But he started to eat in the third quarter and in the fourth quarter. Them last 2 drives.
Right, late.
So again, 30 for 38 for 276 yards. Dak can put them same numbers up. Cowboys win in an upset.
What score?
I got 24-20 Cowboys.
Y'all gonna hold somebody to 20. Go ahead.
24-20.
All right.
Who's the best player for your opponents this week?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson be the best player? Okay.
You got anything
You got-
to say about that Cowboy report?
All I want
Man, move on to the ass bang
all
report.
I want to do
we get the rebuttal just like the Republicans and the Democrats. We get a rebuttal.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna make it short and sweet. All I want to say to put the cap on the back baby oil is this: the formula to beat teams that's coming off the edge since the beginning of time has been to run the ball at them, and people have been doing that against the Cowboys ever since Michael Parsons has been there. So that formula hadn't changed. I see the Ravens, and I remind you that we have a bet on this game.
What's the bet?
$100.
Ooh, okay.
One hundo.
It's
Nice.
$100. He bet, since they were
Nice.
going to be at home, he betting on the home court advantage.
So we got $100 bet.
Yeah, so it's a $100 bet.
And I want my money.
Yeah,
I'm going to put that bitch of yours on the track.
It's all good. By the end of the day, we put the $100 into Zelle and give it to Dante, and Dante we'll
What your boy
send
the
it out
Mac say?
on Sunday.
I want my money tonight.
What's your score, Red?
Haven't been too impressed with the Ravens at all this season. I know you've been talking about the offensive line. I just think it's a philosophy thing. And later on in the season, if it doesn't change or if they still doing this weird type of football they're playing to be 0-2 this early in the season, I'm gonna have a different say on it, and that's gonna be dealing with Lamar Jackson. But I'm gonna hold off. I'm just gonna hold off. What I'm hoping is that they stick to the formula of running the ball with a big bruising running back.
This should be a
Slow
20 to
up
25 carry game for Derrick Henry.
Exactly. He should
All
definitely
day.
He should definitely get at
least 20.
At least 25
20.
carries in this game.
I say at least 20, man.
To put Dallas away at the crib, and the running game, and lets the Ravens show out, and their defense gets back on track. I'm looking at a 10-point game in Dallas. I'm looking at a game that's just as convincing as when Dallas lost in the playoffs last year.
I don't know. I think the Ravens win, but I'm kind of with Greg. I'm not sure they can stop the Cowboys either, though. I just don't trust them this year. And looking at them the Friday, I've watched them both games this year.
Do you trust Harbaugh over McCarthy?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Harbaugh's giving up some leads. His team does this, man. Something about them late. They don't have an identity right now, man. They don't know what they want to do. They don't know if they want to let Lamar cook, you know what I'm saying, or if they want to run the ball. When they bring Derrick Henry in, they run the ball. When they bring the other back in, they throw the ball. It's like they're predictable as hell. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you? You know what I'm saying? I think they need to get back to, hey, Lamar, we're going to play action pass off giving Derrick Henry the ball. That's who we are. But they don't want to tell him that because he wants to throw the ball. But I think he's got to get that out of his mind and just start thinking, I need to win Super Bowls.
I can't see them losing a must-win game. I just can't see.
And see, that's the biggest reason I'm picking them. I don't think they can go 0-3 and think about making the playoffs. I don't see it. You go 0-3, they cooked, dog. I really think they're cooked if they go 0-3. The only thing that's going to save them is the fact that the Bengals are also 0-2 and the Steelers are the one leading the division.
Dak don't win big games, and it's a big game for the Ravens. Dak don't win.
I tend to agree with you. That's why I say I think the Ravens win, but I think it's got a chance to be like a 3-point game. You know what I'm saying? I think Derrick Henry will eat.
Let's go, Dak.
Dak always choking.
Yeah, he gonna have to show me too, dog. The new $60 million man gonna have to show me too. You know what I'm saying? But moving on to a team that matters, is that Bang Bang Reports.
Ass bang deal,
That Bang Bang Report where we talk about these 49ers and what's going on with us, man. And right now, it's the injury bug.
Ass bang.
It's got a hold on us a little early in this season, man. Now with Debo being out.
Bullshit. Debo played the entire game.
Don't interrupt this. Don't interrupt this 49er segment. You know what I'm saying? But Debo.
Y'all interrupted me.
Early.
Right, jumping in. I ain't even said that yet.
Yeah, you did.
Debo, of course, look like he's going to be out a couple of weeks. So that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Ayuk need to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got his money. He playing like trash. You know what I'm saying? Dropping balls and shit, not getting open. Do your damn job. Do your damn job. We do get your boy back. It looks like this week Hufanga is playing. From what I read, it looks like he's been practicing. So it looks like he's playing this week. So at least we get him back while McCaffrey is out resting. I say it's better early than late to have these injuries. I'd rather deal with it now, you know what I'm saying, instead of dealing with it later on in the year. I'm fine with McCaffrey being out right now. I think he's one of them dudes, as much as they give him the ball, take some games off, you know what I'm saying, especially dealing with that calf, and we don't want that to turn into some kind of Achilles problem, you know what I'm saying. So I still think this week we win at the Rams because they're
good thing about it. They're running back.
They're battered too right now, you know what I'm saying, on the offensive line. Puka's out. So they got issues too right now. So I even think your boy may be out too, Cooper Kupp. I think he's out too. So we catching them at the right time, and so I still think we got enough to beat them this week. But it's bang bang all day. We still gonna be there in the end. We all know it. In the end, the 49ers gonna be there. NFC Championship game, somebody will be playing the 49ers to go to Super Bowl. It is what it is. Injuries aside.
Yeah. Sound a little different from a couple weeks ago. All that chest beating because y'all beat up on a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers. What the hell is going on, man? Why do you have on this vest and this hat combination, bruh?
Back in the day, we are the OldHeads podcast, aren't we?
We are. Okay. You looking like an old head right now.
Yeah.
You looking like a new age R&B singer.
Back in the day, you used to take your girl to the movies. We all took our girl or our special young lady.
Man, DJ, bring this man some baby oil.
To see Waiting to Exhale. Nowadays, you new era cats, y'all Netflix and chill. We ain't had that back in the day. But if I got to take y'all back to a scene in Waiting to Exhale. To my 49ers. Is this what we doing, 49ers? I'm sick of it. I am sick of it. We do this year in and year out under Kyle Shanahan. Year in and year out. I'm tired of it. Trent Williams, you held out. You got your money. Okay, cool. IU, you got your money. Okay, cool. That does not give y'all a pass to lose a game to Sam Darnold. We lost to Sam Darnold, the worst quarterback in the league last year. He's been bouncing around the league. Sam Darnold, I don't want to hear nothing about.
Had all day to throw.
I don't want to hear nothing about going across the country to play when we going to see Sam Darnold. I don't want to hear nothing about the weather. I'm tired of losing these games. We lose early to the Falcons some years. We lose 2 games to the Cardinals in a season. We lost to Justin Fields, who can't read a defense in Chicago. First game out the clip. What are we doing? What are we doing? We lose to Cleveland. Oh my God. Listen, I'm tired of it.
But when
tired
you rather lose early and be there late?
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of these games we should not lose.
You should lose.
I'm sick
Every
of
game you lose because you lost.
And
okay?
I'm not just gonna put it on the players. I'm sick of these titles we give to these new era coaches. We call them geniuses, and they ain't one shit. Ain't one shit.
You hear that?
We got former Hall of Fame coaches and players that would love to have this roster. They would love to have this roster. And we lose to these suck ass teams early in the season, sometimes in the middle of the season. We can't be losing games we should win to Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold.
And it would have been worse had Jefferson not got hurt in the third quarter.
All I got to say,
burning y'all ass up.
The person I'm gonna give most of the blame to, the person I want to give most of the blame to, is Kyle Shanahan. You ain't no genius, man. No excuses. No excuses. Get the job done. Get these players up to play. We're a good team. We got a balanced offense. We got a quarterback on a rookie contract who plays well. We got Nick Wright jumping on him every week. This is Mr. Irrelevant. And this dude balling. He's balling. Get it done. Get it done, Kyle Shanahan, you raggedy bitch.
No, I'm with you on your overall point that he got to get it done. I'm not as frustrated
exposed
about
exposed
the meat, the taco meat,
the taco meat, the asher arms. We need this man some baby oil. Diddy, send this man some baby oil.
Can we get one of them bottles?
Send this man some.
No haircut, no shave.
Boy, you sweat, boy. They
no
made
lotion,
you bad, boy.
no
the
nothing.
Niners piss you the hell off,
you raggedy bitch. Let's get it done, man. Come on, man.
I agree. Like I said, I agree with the overarching point. I'm not as frustrated about one loss during early in the season. I do agree he has to get it done this year because we have the roster to get it done. He's blown 2 Super Bowls. That has me more pissed off than Sunday's game. The fact that we blew 2 Super Bowls with leads in the fourth quarter. That's got me pissed off still.
It's too consistent.
You know what I'm saying? So if he still I can't be mad at a man who gets you to 2 Super Bowls. Now, do I think he's a genius? Hell no, I don't. Offensively, is his scheme excellent? Sure it is. He can dial up plays. You got to give him that. He dials up the damn plays. So I'm with him on that. But as far as in a Super Bowl getting it done, well, he's actually blown 3 because I give him the credit for blowing the Falcons.
Yeah.
He blew that shit too. You know what I'm saying? So he's blown 3 goddamn Super Bowls as far as I'm concerned. So, but like I said, it's early in the year, man. I'm not too concerned yet. My only concern, like I said, is the injuries at this point. I hope it's not going to turn into one of those years where we can't stay healthy.
Sam Darnold.
I agree, man. But coming off Monday night, you know what I'm saying? We coming off a Monday night.
You forgot one point. It would have been worse had Aaron Jones not fumbled at the 1 yard line.
I mean, it's a lot of coulda, shouldas in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My biggest problem.
Yeah.
And actually, you talking about him in the but the defense.
Take your L like a man.
7.5 minute drive when we had cut it to 6. That's what I got a problem with. You couldn't get Sam Darnold ass off the field.
Kyle Shanahan, we got to stop losing games we should win. Early, middle, late. I don't care where they're in the season.
Don't worry.
Is that on Kyle Shanahan? Is he the defensive coordinator?
Do what you got to do. If we got to fly cross country,
is he Nick Bosa out there rushing the passer?
We got to win these games.
Is he the quarterback out there covering Jordan Jefferson?
I blame
and then after Jordan Jefferson covering, what was the number 83 name? I can't remember his name. The other wide receiver that was torturing y'all.
I called us Keystone Cops.
Addison went out there. Addison was hurt.
We were Keystone Cops out there.
That little dude.
Yeah. Addison was hurt.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Addison was hurt and Jefferson was hurt. Justin Jefferson. I said Jordan Jefferson. Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson.
Let the dude catch a bomb and reverse field and still get there.
It was bad. Like I said, stuff
and hit the motherfucking what they call it.
But to me, Jerry, that's the reason.
They call that little thing.
That's the reason I'm not worried.
The gritty.
I said to get it. I'm too old for this shit.
That's the reason I'm not worried. The things that happened in that game don't happen to us, so I'm not worried about that. That's an outlier for us. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that's something that happened.
What was our final score?
Man, I don't know.
We lost by 3
Shit,
or
we
something.
lost.
23-20.
Yeah, we lost.
Lost by 3.
By 3. And played a terrible game.
What
Lost by
was the
3.
Cowboys score? 40
So,
40.
I don't care nothing about all
Even our
that.
terrible games are
This ain't,
close.
this
So
ain't,
it is what it is,
Y'all
man.
gave up 44 points to the Saints.
But let's move on to last night's game, man. That snooze fest
yeah.
between the Patriots and the Jets.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, bro? Any takeaways about the Jets for you from beating up on the Patriots? Anything?
I'm just so tired of these boring ass Thursday night games.
That's all I was.
Yeah.
That's all I was.
That's the
gonna
only
say.
thing,
just
right?
tired of
NFL, stop these
Stop the
Thursday
bull.
games. This is ridiculous.
Put it back on NFL Network, if anything. I got Amazon Prime, but I don't want to have to stream that shit.
Right, or put it on Saturday. Give them a few more days. They obviously not ready to play. It's
right.
always one team that's not ready to play on Thursday night.
Exactly.
And you can tell, like, damn, they wasn't ready. They didn't get enough rest.
I blame Tua's injury on it being on a Thursday night. He needs more time to heal. But anyway, Aaron Rodgers turned back the clock.
You see those runs he made, dog?
He had a couple runs,
Yeah.
threw some pinpoint passes, like, you know what I'm saying, on the money, away from close proximity, defending in close proximity. So 281 on
Against
27
the defense
attempts.
that was supposed to be pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I think they got a pretty good. Are they great? No, but they're
Yeah.
pretty good. You know what I'm
What he was 27 for 35, 2 tuds, 281 yards. That was
starting to incorporate Mike Williams in the offense.
Mike Williams' first game back, so
Right.
we'll see what they really are.
Right.
Their defense played better. They was trash. The first 2 games, they almost lost to the
looking like
Titans.
he a real receiver.
So I want to see what the Jets can put together. You know what I'm saying? Are they the team that we saw dominate the Jets? I mean, the Pats last night,
right,
or did they just dominate another ass team?
right.
Brees and Braylon Allen, you know, they look like
Braylon Allen looking nice.
a nice tandem, Thunder and Thunderfire.
Yeah. Braylon Allen looking nice.
He carries a load too.
Yeah,
You know what
he
I'm saying?
does.
I think Brees Hall, he's legit elusive. And he got some power behind his
Yeah,
run.
he
So
does.
I like him as a running back. They both had about 55
Yeah,
yards.
they line hold up because I think Morgan Moses got injured last night. So if the line holds up, because they kind of old, you know what I'm saying? So if that holds up,
The Pats got a couple sacks on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like the way the game was going, it probably should have been even worse.
Yeah.
So
'Cause that offense for the Patriots is garbage.
Man, the Jets played the Pats. The Pats, we said it last night when we were going over the rundown. The Patriots are a real vanilla team, plain Jane. This is just how they're going to play until they get it figured
have
out
no
with this
weapons.
new coach. They don't have weapons. They're going to try to play hard defense, and they're going to try to run the ball. So the Jets, is able to take care of a team that's one-dimensional, super
Why you
one-dimensional.
just play
So,
Drake May? Let the boy play.
I think the Jets are going to be more of what the Niners made them look like the rest
You
of the
think
year.
so?
Yeah, because you're looking at you got Aaron Rodgers, what's their top receiver? Garrett
Wilson.
Wilson, but the security blanket though is the cat he brought from Green Bay, Lazard. And we know Lazard get the drops.
Hey, but he's
during the
looking
season.
pretty good so far this year.
Yeah, but he looked terrible in game one. He started out with a couple of catches in game one, and then he turned into himself. So I think it's going to take a second year with Aaron Rodgers for them to be able to make some noise.
I don't
Man,
think so. By the second half of this year, the offense is going to be right. By the second half of this
Mike
year.
Williams stay healthy. Yeah.
Right, that's a big part of it
And
for me.
that moves
And
Alan
the
Lazard
O-line has to stay healthy.
to the third most efficient and effective receiver.
Right. As a third receiver, he's
Yeah.
fine. You know what I'm saying? If Mike Williams can stay healthy and the O-line can stay healthy, I think their offense is going to be a problem. Because Brees Hall is the real deal.
Yeah, it's definitely going to depend on the O-line, and I think it'll give them time for their defense.
Brees Hall is a good player. I remember having him in fantasy. He decent. He ain't just no. He ain't no world. Is he? Are you trying to say he's just a perfect piece for this team?
I mean, Brees Hall is a good piece for any team.
What I'm saying is
but who they had at quarterback?
Right, with
they
Aaron
had Zach
Rodgers, they have
Wilson,
pieces
and
to
no
win.
line.
Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
They have enough pieces to win with Aaron Rodgers. Is what I'm saying. Their offense, they're going to be top probably top 12, 13 in offense. I think that's all they need. If the Jet defense is what it's supposed to be.
What it's supposed to be.
That's a question.
It
Good
had
enough
been.
to do. Good enough to do what?
Other than last night.
What's that noise? What's the noise coming out of New Jersey?
If they making the playoffs, if they sneak out of the wild card round or whatever,
made the playoffs. Who knows?
Maybe
they
who knows after that?
Knows,
you know
what I'm saying? Because every team can be beat, except for maybe the Chiefs in the AFC. Every team can be beaten in the league anyway.
We gave our picks who gonna make the playoffs. Any of y'all picked the Jets?
I did.
I think I had the Jets making it.
You just might have. No,
I did.
Because I know
I think I had the Jets making it.
I did.
I had the Bills winning. I had the Dolphins winning the division.
Yeah, we know that's done.
That's done. I think I had the Bills not making the playoffs. I think I had the Bills not making it.
Yeah, I had the Jets.
I'll go back and look because I saved it.
Yeah, I had the Jets winning that division. So I think, like I said, and I really hope they get Hassan Reddick signed, though. I don't understand what they're doing with that. You know what I'm saying?
It was good to see Aaron Rodgers look like Aaron Rodgers, but I think all the time off is what allowed him to have some of his escapability, because that's really what everybody's talking about, his escapability.
To me, I like the passes. I think the arm talent is still
threw it
there.
like that. He threw it like that against us, but
I'm saying on that team where you already won 7 games with the worst quarterback play you will ever see on the NFL field. I mean, ever. They won 7. So if the defense is anything like what we think they're supposed to be,
it has to get back to last year's defense.
That caliber. But I'm not sure they can do it without Reddick. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing to me.
And if they get Reddick, that changes the whole dynamic.
He's going to Le'Veon or Trent Williams route when he was with Washington. I'm just not coming till you pay me. It looked like he 10 toes down, like I'll stay at home.
If they get Hassan Reddick and he produces like he did last year, the defense gets back to form like they were last year, they are a problem.
They're a problem. And you got to look at it based on the AFC. Look at the team so far. Cincinnati not what I thought they were going to be yet.
Not yet, but they usually have.
Right. So you're talking about they got to be Houston, KC. Who else is good? Buffalo. Maybe the Steelers are good. Maybe. I'm not sure. But do you fear them? Nobody fears them.
I like the Steelers.
The way the Ravens have started out, do you fear them right now?
I like the Steelers.
So going past those 4 or 5 teams, who else you got?
The Jags, the
Colts, the Dolphins.
I like the Steelers because the Steelers are still going to add a better quarterback than Justin Fields.
Right, but what I'm saying, to your point about what can the Jets be, who else we talking about? Other than those 4 teams I just named, who else we talking about?
Jets ain't making the playoffs, man.
All right, we shall see later on. We will find out who's right about that. But again, Jets looking better. Pats. Just if you're not going to play Drake May.
They were 2-0 though.
No, but what I'm going to say. No, I think they lost week 2. No, they might have been.
Who?
Pats.
The Pats. They were 2-0.
No,
they beat the Bengals.
They were 1-1.
They 1-1.
Yeah,
they won.
But my thing though, with them, just if you're not going to play Drake May, tank it and get him a weapon in the draft. You know what I'm saying? You might as well just tank that thing then if you're not going to play the boy. You know what I'm saying? I say put him in. You got a better chance of winning a couple games this year if you put him in. That's just my thought. You know what I'm saying? But moving on, man. You know, it's time for that segment that we like to call I Got 5 on it, or We Got 5 on it.
I got 5 on it.
We Got 5 on it, where we do our Power 5 for the NFL this week based on last week's action. Greg?
For me again, I do. It's an accumulation.
Accumulation of the game.
It's an accumulation.
That's what I'm saying. Up through last week is what I'm saying.
Okay. I thought
not just based on, but through last week. Let me rephrase that. Through last week. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So
who you 5?
You know, I start from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you who just missed the cut.
Oh man. 49ers.
I just don't believe in Baker Mayfield.
And the Bucks.
But they on my radar.
Fair enough.
Not sold on Justin Fields and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Fair enough.
I got to see what they look like with Russell Wilson.
But will he get the job back though?
Maybe not.
I think he should too. I'm kind of with you.
Yeah.
Because they ain't like the offense just killing it.
You know what I'm saying?
They barely scoring points.
They barely scoring points.
Kicking field goals all day.
Exactly. So I got to see what they look like.
Dan Orlovsky acting like he killing like Fields is just tearing it up.
Sit him down.
Like, dog, stop it.
Let's see what Russell Wilson is. And then if he don't,
If he don't produce any more than field goals
Right.
like you, then
Exactly,
okay, maybe
exactly.
we'll go back to him. But 6 field goals.
And last
Get
but
outta
not
here.
least, who just missed the cut, them funky ass 49ers. Yeah, they ain't making it.
See, look at you.
The
man.
injuries. The injury. You
Oh,
said
okay.
it. It's
All
the
right,
injuries.
all right.
You know what I'm saying? They still ain't got McCaffrey. They lost Debo. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Ayuk ain't made it to form yet, so they are outside the top 5. I didn't say they trash.
Okay.
Get that stinking ass look off your face, man. You just put on your whole vest and your cap talking about waiting to exhale. I don't know where that come from about the ass bang report. Stop.
You had an old head moment.
Even got the black pants on, the black slacks with the black boots. You about to kick some ass and take some names.
And the motorcycle helmet.
Hey, that boy hot. You been out here, it's 90 degrees outside on the motorcycle. That boy hot.
All right, so who your number 5,
Number
bro?
5, Eagles.
Eagles. What?
Fly, Eagles, fly. I told y'all, man, they let the Falcons game slip away.
Oh, my
I
God.
blame them on Nick Sirianni
Oh,
and the
my
absence
God.
of A.J. Brown.
Have you seen the
And this
Eagles?
is my
Man.
top 5.
Have
okay?
you seen
This
the
is
Eagle
my-
defense,
I got
man?
5 on.
Have you seen the Eagle defense, bro? That's all I'm going to say. But go ahead, man.
Man, they had the Falcons beat. If it was Nick Sirianni's dumb coaching, is why they lost. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
right.
And they was playing prevent, so you know they right there on the cusp. I got the Bills at number 4. The Josh Allen effect for me, with a solid running game. Number 3, Saints. They look unstoppable on offense, and their defense is legit. And that was without Lattimore playing last week, with Kool-Aid stepping in, with Matthew, with Cameron, what's his name? What's my boy name? Cameron Jordan on the defensive line. DeMario Davis on the defense linebacker. But Derek Carr ain't been. He been putting it on folks, man.
Hey, he playing good ball.
10 drives of a touch. Every drive has been
Who is
a score.
folks?
Who is folks?
Who is folks?
The folks that he done played.
Who is folks?
Number 2, Texans. That offense hadn't looked like it did last year so far,
Texans.
but we know it's gonna. With Nico Collins, they even got John Mechie, who ain't even seeing the field.
Right.
Stephon
Tank
Diggs.
Dale is back from the
Tank
injury.
Dale. They got
Joe
Mixon
Mixon running that ball.
running the rock like he been running it, and the linebackers are solid. They ain't even got Christian Harris yet.
Getting a bit of a pass.
They
rush
get
together.
Christian Harris and the pass rush. Oh my God, Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter.
Tried to tell y'all.
They look formidable.
Tried to tell you.
And last but not least, number 1, you already know who it is. Who number 1?
Oh,
Say it.
I ain't,
Say
I
it
ain't
with
saying
me.
shit. Fuck them.
Chiefs.
I ain't saying shit.
He left his boys.
Pat Mahomes.
He left his boys on
Again, 2 weeks,
2 weeks
in
in
a
a
row.
row.
2 weeks in a row.
Proud of you.
Proud
Yes.
of you, dog. We proud of you, dog.
Proud for what? I
you,
speak the truth.
But I answer my own question when I ask who is folks. Folks is the Panthers and the Cowboys. That's who them folks is.
Hey, you play who you play.
And in the NFL, you can only play who on the schedule, man. It is what it is.
The Cowboys
create it
the
yourself
Cowboys
like in
put a
college.
number on the
Right.
Browns the week before, so let's go.
Ren, who you got, bro?
Chiefs number 1 out the gate. Drop my Niners down. Drop my Niners down to the second best team in the league. Drop my Niners down to the second best
I
team
feel
in the
you.
league.
I feel you. I
Do
can
we
feel
hear
that.
this shit?
Eagles and Bills hold
You
tight.
lost to Sam Darnold.
Eagles and the Bills hold tight at 3 and 4, and I dropped the Cowboys off my top 5,
Because you did have them last week.
You did too.
and I raise them,
No, I'm just saying he had them last week.
and I raise up the unstoppable Saints, as G called them. They look unstoppable.
I said,
raise up the
said,
Saints
look.
to
I
the
didn't say
fifth
they are.
spot, and drop the Cowboys completely off for allowing a 40 burger to 19.
At least it wasn't against the Sam Darnold. That's for damn
I don't
sure.
want to hear that, man. 40.
At least it
we
wasn't
gave
the Sam Darnold.
up
That's for
44
damn
points.
sure.
We didn't give up 40. We didn't give
Right.
up 44.
At least they ain't make me
At home.
At least they ain't
40
make,
burger.
At home.
at least they ain't make me put on a vest with no
At
shirt
40
underneath.
40 burger.
At least they ain't make me show my taco meat.
Man, I gotta give my honorable mentions too, man. Just like G, man. Just outside mine, man. I gotta get them fighting hardballs out there in Los Angeles, man. Them Chargers, man. I just don't believe yet. You know what I'm saying? I believe in Harbaugh.
I almost had him on my own.
Yeah, I believe in Harbaugh and the
One more week,
turnaround.
they'll be in.
You know what I'm saying? If he had been our coach, I believe we would have won a Super Bowl. But anyway, that's something
Hey,
different.
when y'all coach when y'all lost one before?
I'm just saying. I think we would have
stop
won
it.
by now. That's all I'm
Khaki
saying.
pants ain't shit.
Yeah, but outside for
He
me
probably
also,
was cheating
the
in,
Eagles
too.
outside for me as well. They out of there. Get up out of here. That defense. When I see a defense, I believe you. Once you show me, I believe you. Y'all terrible. They defense is terrible. I'm sorry.
They weren't terrible against
the fucking Falcons. I don't care nothing about no damn
No,
Falcons.
they weren't terrible against the Falcons until the last drive, but they weren't terrible against Green Bay.
That's because the Falcons ran the ball. They just, like I said, some teams commit to it, some don't. When they have to play the better teams, they're going to commit to it, and they're going to get shown up. And that secondary is garbage. I don't care what nobody
They kept
say.
the Falcons at bay until the last.
That secondary is garbage. I just don't. I had to drop the Lions too. They out of there for me. I had to drop
the
them
Eagles. The Eagles are going to get rid of Sirianni.
Now, my top five. I'm gonna start at the bottom. Tampa Bay. I had to put them in. I think they played some pretty good ball. I don't trust Baker all the way, but I do trust the connection he has with Mike Evans. That's real. It's been some time now. That connection, nobody seemed to be able to really deal with it for real. So I think that connection is real. And their defense can play.
Who would you rather have at quarterback?
Say again?
Who would you rather have at quarterback? Baker Mayfield or Jalen Hurts? Ooh, we got to think about it.
Right now?
Yeah. G.
Who would I have? Dak. Come on, man. Stop.
No, who would you rather have? This man said Dak. Baker Mayfield
Oh, I thought you said
or Jalen Hurts.
that's.
It's tougher than he trying to make it out to be. I'm gonna go Baker
Jalen.
right now.
I'm gonna go Jalen.
I'm gonna go Baker right now.
I'm gonna go Jalen.
I'm going Baker.
It ain't.
Which is why another reason I'm putting Philadelphia out, man. I trust Saquon. I like the Saquon factor with the Eagles, but Jalen, something's going on. I don't know if it's him, Sirianni. It's something with. Even though he played pretty well this last game, I don't trust him not to make mistakes at this point. Mistakes that I think in the end gonna cost them. I just don't trust it. It's something wrong with that dynamic between him and that head coach. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but something there is off, dog. Maybe Kellen Moore can fix it and smooth it out over time, but right now I just don't trust it. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Buffalo Bills. I talked a lot of shit about Josh Allen. But damn, he is one of the ones at times that can, like we were talking about before, that can go in there and put the damn cape on.
He one of them ones.
Like I wish.
Tried to tell you that last week.
Yeah,
he
can put the cape on when he has to. You know what I'm saying? I hate the turnover that he does sometimes, but damn, he can put the cape on when need be.
One of them ones.
You know what I'm saying?
It's Pat Mahomes, it's Josh Allen,
yeah,
and it's everybody else.
Yeah, he can put the cape on. You know what I'm saying? Number 3, Houston Texans. All I can say about that is I told y'all that. I told y'all who coming out the AFC. It's going to be Houston. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
it's going to be Houston. I'm telling you. Y'all keep laughing. We going to laugh all the way to 8-0, then y'all still going to be laughing.
I told you that I had them probably finishing second in the, so I'm not saying Houston ain't going to be in contention, but they ain't beating the Chiefs.
They're winning the AFC.
You just
said it.
You hoping against hope. You hoping somebody take the Chiefs down. So you saying they're gonna beat the Chiefs?
I'm saying if it comes down to them two, they will win that game.
Okay, let's see.
we see he defending the hell.
Damn, how many times I gotta say it? I told y'all damn preseason. I'm telling your ass now.
You sat right in that seat and you said that the fucking Florida State Seminoles was gonna make the damn playoffs.
That was my heart. I can't help it with that one. That's
my heart too, because
no, Texas ain't my heart. This is my mind. They're on the wall. Do you see anything Houston Texans on that wall?
The Chiefs.
No. Do you see anything Houston Texans on that wall?
I see that SF right there, and you don't want them to play the Chiefs.
I would love to take another shot. Then we've had their ass beat twice.
I tell you what, if they
twice,
it ain't happening.
Like I said, number 2. San Francisco 49ers. Ain't no doubt about who the second best team is right now.
Y'all don't stop.
49ers are number 2.
Y'all see, for beating the Jets,
49ers are the second best team in the NFL.
Get the fuck out of
here.
here.
Point blank. You know it and I know it. You just won't admit it. And number 1, you got to give it to them, that big head ass Patrick Mahomes with his Trump loving ass wife. You know what I'm saying? So got to give it to him right now.
Y'all seen that
they on
video
top.
of that man? He was out there playing golf, and they had put a fake snake on his leg,
Yeah.
and he was falling down. And he was saying, "Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!" Get the fuck out of here,
I'm just
man.
telling you, man. That's
Get the fuck out
That's
of
the way
here.
it's going down for this week, man. Like I said, man, 49ers 2, Chiefs 1, Texans 3, Buffalo 4.
So what was the new team on your 5?
Tampa Bay.
I go down the
What was
list
yours?
again.
What
I'm
was
gonna go
your- what was your
down.
new team?
I'm gonna go down the list. Chiefs 1, Texans 2, Saints 3, Bills 4, Eagles 5.
Tampa Bay 5, Buffalo 4, Houston 3, 49ers 2, Chiefs 1.
Chiefs, Niners, Eagles, Bills, Saints. Saints is the new
Boy, y'all
team on
riding
my
this
list.
Eagles, boy. Y'all riding them Eagles.
Well, the reason I'm gonna stick with the Eagles is because they are giving the ball to Saquon.
They are.
Saquon is
Exactly.
Like I said, he's the real deal.
Saquon is
I'm
the best
riding
player
with
on their
them.
team.
The weapons that they have.
They got weapons, especially when old
They got
Brown get back.
weapons.
They got weapons, my man. But speaking of riding, I hope y'all been riding with your boy on this cash talk.
Fish
5-1 on the
Fish grease.
season. They've debated some of my picks, but they've been wrong. Your boy been right. I won your money last week. We was 3-0.
I only
baby.
debated one of them.
We was 3-0. You might have been the right one too. The damn Raider one.
Remember,
Yeah, you might have got the right one. You told me not to pick that one.
He-
But we
remember-
5-1 though
Yeah,
on the
he-
year.
yeah,
we
he-
making people money out here, man. We gonna make y'all more money this week. First pick, cash talk. After that dominating performance versus them damn Cowgirls last week, we going Saints -2.5 over the Eagles that they love so much.
Ain't nobody
beat
say
the
we
Eagles.
love them, but we just got them in
Y'all
the
got them on y'all list. Will y'all have them when they 1-2 after this week? That's all I want to know. When New
Yeah, they
Orleans
on
beat
the
them down this weekend, will you still have them on your list next week?
I actually have the Eagles winning that game.
I got the
Outright.
Eagles.
Don't
I got
lose
the
your
Eagles.
money.
I got the Eagles
Saints,
winning the Saints.
-2.5.
I got the Eagles.
I got the
What?
Eagles beating the Saints.
The Eagles beating the Saints.
I have the Eagles. We going against the fish, hotter than fish
They-
grease
the-
picks.
Hotter than fish grease.
The
Remember
Saints
that.
look like the Saints.
Saints
this week.
-2.5. They will win that game by
I
more
got
than
the
3
Eagles
points.
in winning that game.
Okay. Second pick, Lions -2.5 versus the Cardinals. Book that.
Let me
Book
go
that.
back. Let me go back.
Go ahead.
If AJ Brown plays, if AJ Brown don't play,
He ain't
Saints-
playing. He out a couple weeks.
Oh, well,
He
yeah.
ain't playing.
Saints.
Want to change your pick?
Yeah, I changed my pick. Saints.
What about you? You want to change your pick?
No.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on. No.
Okay. Second pick, Lions -2.5 versus the Cardinals. Oh, this is easy. To me, this is one of the better ones on the board. The Cardinals are a tough team. I think they will play tough. Lions win that game because they're not going to lose 2 in a row.
I got the Cards with the upset. They first in the NFL in third down conversions.
Greg on that lose your money shit.
The one thing I forgot to look up was how well do the Lions play against a mobile quarterback? They get pressure, but I forgot to look that up. I'm gonna have to look.
Well, we
that up.
saw what they did against Baker, semi-mobile.
No, he ain't. No, he ain't. No.
He ran on their ass.
He's not Murray.
Oh,
I didn't say.
Murray got to run around because he can't freaking see over the line. So
So who you got?
Who you got?
You
bro?
with me or nah? Lions or Cardinals?
the Lions will win this game.
Okay, all right.
I got the
one.
Cards with the upset.
So Greg going against me twice. Tampa -6.5 versus Denver. I'm taking Tampa. I'm giving the points. I'll give you the 6.5.
I'm with you. I'm riding with you on that one. I might just do money line on that one. Let me get a little easy.
I think the money line was a little too high for me. It was like -340 or something.
-340.
They expect them to win.
Oh, yeah.
expect
They
them to win.
overwhelming favorites.
Yeah, they favorites. Yeah.
I mean, this Bucks against Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, exactly. It's the Bo Nix factor for real.
Right.
Yeah, Tampa wins this game.
Yeah, Tampa wins it.
But reason I got the Cards with the upset, Marvin Harrison Jr.
He on my fantasy team, but I still think Lions win that game, though. Lions win that game.
Gotta see him. Gotta
So-
see him, little gimmick quarterback.
But again, we 5-1 on the year. Those the 3 for this week. Saints -2.5 versus the Eagles. Lions -2.5 versus the Cardinals. Tampa Bay Buccaneers -6.5 versus Denver.
But remember,
your money, put it in.
that's who he picking.
right?
He telling you
that's who he
pick.
picking. Now he the
Right, that's who
resident
he's
expert
right,
on these
exactly.
on the gambling.
But I'm
Not-
also telling you,
I defer to
gamble
this
at your
guy.
own risk. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Gamble at your own
It's your
risk.
money, do what you want, but if you don't have it to spend, don't spend it. That's all I can say about gambling. If you don't have it to spend,
Or you can
don't
go,
spend your mortgage money or your rent money
or
on
you
it.
can go with the parlay, baby. Put $40 on the 3 team.
Right, or put $10 on 8. Take a shot. Who knows? You might hit. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
don't throw them $10 to the side.
But we know we saved a lot of time for this last one, G. I know when you hit me up early this week, boy, you said this one was on your heart. Of course, this is our segment where we call Taking Out the Trash. And you said you had something that you had to discuss that was really on your heart. So I'm not even going to introduce this one. I'm just going to introduce the segment and let you. And I'm going to let you roll with it, bro, and tell them what's on your mind, bro, and why you taking out the trash for them, bro.
So to make sure I didn't leave anything out, I wrote some stuff down. So you're going to see me reading off my monitor. Okay, so I'm going to start off by saying this. I'm so sick of MAGA with their duplicitous ass self-righteousness. Dangerous political rhetoric was the phrase of the week after Trump's second assassination attempt.
With no shots fired.
Number 2. Now, let's be clear. The guy never got a shot off and never had a line of sight. So let's put that caveat in this whole, Trump has been they've tried to shoot him twice. Okay? Some truth to that, but let's put some clarity on those facts, okay? Before I move on, let me pronounce loudly that we, the old heads, do not condone political violence from neither the left or the right, Democrats or Republicans, conservatives or liberals. But what we won't do, we ain't gonna entertain the notion that saying Trump is a threat to democracy fits into that narrative, because it don't.
At all.
And we ain't gonna stop because it's the truth. It's the truth.
It is. I agree.
He's done it. He's been a threat to democracy, right?
I agree.
All right. The most disqualifying action and or statements that the orange turd has ever done was January 6th, which was a complete threat to democracy, right? Right or wrong?
Right.
Can y'all agree with that? Of course, MAGA ain't, but it's just the truth. And everything he did to retain power before and after is a threat to democracy. The fake elector scheme. The 60-some court cases, which is legal, but trying to get Arizona and Georgia to illegally throw out votes is a threat to democracy, right or wrong?
Right.
You can say right, DJ. Go on, let them know. Right or wrong? Okay.
I was just trying to be quiet during the process.
I got you, bro. I got you. It's not the only thing. This ain't the only thing that he's done. Jerry, you shared a video with 40-something, 50-something counts of bullshit, and I'll share that later, but it is the most egregious thing that no president in American history has ever done. Ever. It's never been done before. He is a true threat when he says he will be a dictator on day one. He is a true threat. He is a true threat when he used the Justice Department to go after Hillary Clinton. He is a true threat when he ordered Bill Barr to sack the investigation into Egypt, paying him $10 million as a bribe. Look it up. And so on, and so on, and so on. So no, MAGA, speaking the truth is not violent rhetoric and does not incite violence. But you know what is inciting violence? Telling people to go after New York AG, Attorney General Letitia James, saying DA Alvin Bragg's indictment against him would bring potential death and destruction, and posted a video of him with a baseball bat next to Bragg. Told police officers in 2017, don't be too nice when you're arresting suspects. And this is after years of public police brutality situations with that atmosphere. Don't be too nice, okay? In 2019, said it's okay to shoot illegal migrants crossing the border. Only in the panhandle can you get away with that, is what he said. Quotes, at a campaign rally after being heckled, told audience members, I'd like to punch him in the face, I tell you. Every political campaign rally, there's a heckler.
Right.
Nobody says that bullshit. Said numerous times that Black Lives Matter protesters, and I put the caveat that looted should be shot. But we know within the frame of the BLM protest and his him being against it, what that does.
Right.
Said his former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley, should be executed for treason. Made light of Nancy Pelosi's husband being attacked by a hammer.
Right.
Shared and or liked numerous posts of Joe Biden being hogtied or Barack and Hillary with the bullseye right next to him on his Truth Social account. All right. So saying a political opponent is a threat to democracy has been a part of political speech ever since I started paying attention to politics back in 96. Why then, MAGA, have you not called out your own party and your own cult leader for his use of it? Don't you remember? Let me remind you that Trump has been calling the Democratic nominee, whether it's Hillary Biden or Obama or Kamala, a socialist, a Marxist. He said the exact words threat to democracy countless times. He said if he loses, y'all won't have a country anymore, MAGA. He said over and over again that the country or a Democratic-led state is in hell. He said on January 6th that you have to fight like hell or you won't have a country anymore. He directed a mob of thousands to attack the Capitol to stop the ceremonial counting of electorates.
Right.
He did nothing while they beat and forced their way into the building and shit in the offices and built nooses while they chanted to hang his own fucking vice president. So no, MAGA, we will not stop speaking the truth, and fuck you very much.
Man, I guess my response is, bro, when I think about what you're saying and the whole situation, it's like, what's that? How does the saying go? It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Ain't no fun.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of what they're dealing with right now, because normally they're the ones who we think about as extremists, you know what I'm saying? But there seems to be more extremists on the other side too now, where we're like, okay, we willing to fight too now. We're sick of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think you're starting to see that. And I'm with you, like what you said in the beginning. I'm against violence. I don't think you should use violence to solve issues.
Absolutely.
But
not.
I also think it comes a point where people get to the point where they're just tired of your shit. You know what I'm saying? And the threat that Trump represents, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, he said it himself. We know what he wants to be. You know what I'm saying? A cult leader, a damn dictator. He would love to be Putin.
Love it.
That's his dream.
Kim
I think at night, when he dreaming, I think that's what he dreams about. You know,
he wants total power.
Which I don't understand why people who supposedly love this country so much on the right.
I don't get it at all, bro.
I don't get it, bro. How you can be for someone who's against everything democracy stands for.
No principle.
It doesn't make sense to me, which is why I don't understand MAGA. And like I was talking to DJ, y'all, my boy who's doing the camera for us today, and we were kind of talking about, like, he was laughing because my wife will say I'm a Republican or a Republican.
I've heard y'all say that countless times.
Right, you know, which is fine, you know, but I tell her true conservative, not MAGA shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not with any MAGA shit, but true stuff where smaller government, you know what I'm saying? I'm with all that. You know what I'm saying? Christian values. But to me, they're not about any of that now, for real. You know, Southern Christians, to me, see, I want to say this right, because I don't want to say all of them.
We say what the hell we want to say.
But I want to make sure I'm fair, though, because I don't think it's all of them. I know some good white Christian Southern people. So I don't want to say that it's all of them. But I think the silence that they exhibit when all of this is going on bothers me. I don't understand how you can be a Christian and stand silent or support something and some of the stuff he says and does. The two don't fit to me. And the way I look at Christianity.
What's that saying though?
But
in order for evil to take place, good people have to be silent.
Right.
But a lot of we've seen it. A lot of Christian churches, whether it's white or black, like, they back this dude. You know what I'm saying? They said in the pulpits, you know, we I always remember, I can't remember the pastor's name. What's the woman's name? But I remember the chant she was doing in the pulpit when she was saying when she was saying that that she cast the Democrats to the back to Africa or whatever she was saying. I mean, she's saying it in the pulpit. She's backing this dude in the pulpit. I just don't get it.
Let me respond to that part, because I think part of it with that, and I'm gonna get to you. I know our boy DJ want to get in on it too. But part of that, I think, is their stance on like the LGBT plus. I don't know the rest.
And
of that.
abortion.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of that where that's coming from. You know what I'm saying?
That's
a big piece of it, right? I think for black churches, I think that's a piece of it. You know what I'm saying? For black churches, the abortion piece of it, and the transgender rights piece of it, I think that's a big part of it. They trying to marry those two. You see some churches who have switched all the way over where they won't say anything about negative about transgender people or any of that. Won't even say it's a sin or whatever for any of that. You know what I'm saying? And then you got others, you know what I'm saying, like it's okay, you know what I'm saying, that kind of. So I think that part of it is kind of where that's coming into play. And the fact that those on the left seem now to be just open to whatever and trying to tell people this is what you have to believe, this is okay. And I think a lot of it is pushback against that, which is where I think the left sometimes messes up. You can't force people to believe something.
And that opens up a whole nother can of worms when you got to talk about the divisiveness in the book.
Right.
Like people don't respect or people don't want to talk about the fact that there's a lot of stuff in the book that was meant to be divisive or meant to be our detriment. You know, they like to skip over that part of it. And then you have, you know, you just want to follow, you know, the old, you know, some people just want to back the Old Testament. Some people don't want to switch over to the New Testament and how things change up in the book. But, you know, is everything, and that's just a whole nother story. Is everything?
Let's get back on track with the
DJ,
discussion. But go ahead, DJ. Say what you got to say.
Speak on it, bro.
You can say it off camera.
Speak on it.
So let me take this off so I can make sure I ain't too loud. I think when people decide to stop voting against their own self-interest, we won't have to worry about a Donald Trump. Me and Dante had this conversation all the time, especially about black people, how Democrats just assume they're going to get the black vote, right? And we vote Democrat in masses, right, without understanding the policies, what their agendas are, what people are running on. And I'm a Democrat. I look and see, right, and I'm going to vote for who I think aligns with what I need for my life and my family. But we don't pay attention to those things, right? And I think a lot of times we forget that all of these folks are millionaires or billionaires, right? Who would never sacrifice what they have for any one of us. And until we start demanding things from the people that lead us, I don't care what ethnicity you are, it will never be what it is supposed to be. Do I agree that anyone should be assassinated? No, or shot at? No, or any violence or anything that leads to that should be in our republic. We're not a democracy. People don't pay attention to that. If you read and follow, it says the republic. But we live in a democratic society. So, but we have to demand more. There are always going to be people, no matter what you tell them, right? They're only gonna see your color. They're only gonna see my color, right? But we have some of us that are the same way. No matter what they say, they're only gonna see color. And I just think that as a society, we just gotta demand more from the people that lead us and not tolerate foolishness. It doesn't matter who do it. And once we start to do that, I think it'll change.
But he brought us to a good point where we were going anyway.
Let's go.
Black people for Trump and being willing to vote against your own self-interest.
And part of it is like DJ said, I agree that there are situations that black people have voted blindly for the Democrats. And I think a lot of the black or some of the black vote for Trump is in rebellion to
Right.
that thought process.
Right.
It's a rebellious attitude toward
Right.
it. Like we're just
Like, what
not-
have you done? You hadn't done
We're gonna
shit for
come
us
off
anyway.
the black plantation,
Right.
And when I remember when Joe Biden got in office, and after that first year, we all was like, I might vote Republican as long as it ain't Trump
Right.
because X, Y, Z. But some people don't have that because they don't value the democracy of this country. And the thing that I've said time and time again is that, yeah, we do need to look at the policies of each individual candidate, but they don't change drastically
Right.
like that. You know what I'm saying? So whether you vote Democratic or Republican, you have to understand that there are things that they're going to say in their candidacy, but they're going to do something different when they get in office.
Right.
And it's because they have to govern in the middle.
Right.
People don't, and people kill me with Barack didn't do nothing for black people. Barack did plenty for all people. That includes the benefit of black people because he had to govern in the middle. He can't just say, oh, I'm going to free all the people out of jail because they were already looking to do something stupid. For him to do something stupid for them to say that he's a Marxist, he's a socialist, he's, against
Right.
white people. And he can't govern that way. Kamala won't be able to govern that way.
You got to remember that the thing they always say is a first-term president. What's your main goal? To be a two-term president.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
they want to get voted in.
Right.
They
which
don't
is
want
why
to be
even
done
with
after
Biden,
one.
He didn't want to step aside.
Right. They
You always
forced him
want
to.
2 terms. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's their goal. You want to do everything in your power to get the second term.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I wanted to say this real quick too, in relation to that, is that what black people who vote for Trump don't see that the only way we can, as 30 to 60 million black people in this country, the only way that we can hold them to their ideals is for democracy to stand. And he is totally unfit to take that mantle.
Right.
He's not fit
That's the
for
point,
office.
right? That's
my
the
thing.
point.
We can't. Great point, and bringing it together. But the thing that you have to do in order to support this dude is look past his number one, the fact that he wants total power.
Right.
Number two, he's not intelligent as far as what it takes to be president. We literally had this man during COVID saying it's okay to use Clorox and disinfectants, right? I mean, he literally said that into a mic. He literally said that into a mic.
Admit it.
And then his base, he's using racist
Right.
people, a strong part of his base.
Yeah.
With
He
racist
plays on
values.
the haterism that's already there.
Exactly. And you and I always think about this. He really didn't even have to do that because those people gonna ride with him anyway.
Right,
He
regardless.
chooses
Right.
to stand on that.
Right.
He chooses to stand on that, and he chooses to empower them because that mentality is what he needs in a dictatorship.
But it's like Greg said, he's a cult leader now. He can pretty much say anything.
And
At
they
this
gonna
point,
back him.
it does not matter. He could totally switch course on everything he said. It wouldn't matter one bit.
What he just said, and this speaks to your intellectual point. He literally knew that he was going to be baited into some dumb shit, and he did it anyway. They're eating the kids. They're eating the pets. They're eating the cats.
I mean, ridiculous shit at this point.
Ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, what?
And amongst this entire week, because and that's why they played. That's why they went so aggressively toward the Democrats or the people that speak ill of Trump and his threat to democracy, and trying to say that is the cause of somebody trying to say it's not only that, it's all the shit that he represents that has caused him to be attacked by people that voted for him.
Right.
But let's get that by
that
people
part
that
out there,
just
right.
say what you're gonna say. Jump in. Just jump in.
My question is, when is someone going to look at his ability to lead at his age?
And that's a big point. He's 78.
Right.
89, 79,
Right.
80, going on
The thing
80.
with him, he projects it a little bit better. That's the reason it really doesn't come up. Biden visibly seemed to have fallen off.
Right.
I could see it.
He does.
He does, but it's not as bad as Biden. So I think he can. But like I said a minute ago, it wouldn't matter. They don't care at this
When
point.
you're looking at projecting, right?
Right?
When
4 years from now, yeah.
When Biden ran, you saw glimpses of it. The first time you saw it. 4 years in, you can't be.
But take that point, though. He still got elected.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't think at this point they would care. He could start slurring his words right now. They're going to vote for him in November. It wouldn't matter at this point.
Nothing he does would matter.
Nothing he does. He's a cult leader at this point.
The most
Nothing matters.
egregious thing that any president could do was what he did.
Exactly.
Leading up to and including January 6th.
Right.
That is insane.
Right.
That people are still voting. When that happened, I was like, oh, he's done. He's done.
And it wasn't.
And he wasn't.
It was almost
that's so
resurrection.
disappointing.
Almost.
It's so disappointing.
But you saw that in the beginning when he ran the first time, when the videos and the audio came out, grabbed him in the pussy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, they had
a president? You know what I'm saying?
They had already relinquished the moral high ground because what did they run on for years prior to that?
Right.
Being the moral authority
Right.
over the Democrats.
Right.
They were so they grabbed the Bible, they grabbed their gun, and they grabbed the family values, the
Right.
party of family values.
Right.
But he's been the antithesis
Of all of that.
all of that.
All of that.
So my thing, and again, I know we talking about
And he a criminal.
We talking about black MAGA. We know why white MAGA gonna vote for him because you said it. The racist tendencies of a good majority of Republicans are there, but the
one
black
thing I'll
MAGA
say,
is the most confounding
Right.
and the most
Right.
upsetting
But I
of
think
it
you
all.
got it, G. I think it's we've been voting for you since
It's just ingrained at this point.
and we have not gotten a benefit to us consistently
But
blind voting.
Right, but again, that's kind of like a micro look at, because if you look at the macro, you have guess what happened in the 60s?
Let me give you
Voting
an
rights.
example.
Right.
I mean, I know that things have. I'm gonna let you get back to your point, but I wanted to address that things have not gotten to where we're totally 100% equal. Right? There are some things that we still are challenged with, but under democratic rule, we've made a lot of progress because they have been able to anticipate some of the needs of our community. They've been able to adopt. Now, I'm not saying that all Democrats have, but a good majority of the Democratic Party has been in support of the things that we care about. Police brutality, you know what I'm saying? Social and economic justice. We've been able to kind of roll back some of the redlining laws that took place, you know what I'm saying, in the 40s and 50s. So we've made some progress. We haven't made total progress, but we've made some progress. Can we agree to that?
Can I ask the question?
But I think the point off of that, G, is when we're talking about black MAGA,
Right.
is how when we had none of the advancements that we have now, when we didn't have the right to vote, when our civil rights were completely denied, we had to come together to get those things lifted. We had to come together to do that. Black MAGA does not realize that we're headed back to having a lot of that stripped
Roll
from
back.
us.
Exactly.
in order to get the things that they think that they're going to get. Like, it's not going to be afforded to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be.
You're in Trump's considerations.
Right.
Like, seriously.
It's not going to be afforded to you just because you're siding with him.
Right.
You're talking about a man who has allowed his constituents to come and speak at his rallies on TV, on a microphone, and then at the end of it, he shakes everybody's hand but them. And I know that's just a small glimpse of it, but bro, that's who he is. That's what you're favoring.
Right.
If he gets power and gets the things that he wants, that's what it's going to be, man. You're not going to be afforded the same thing. The things that you think you're going to get, you're not going to get it.
Right.
It's not going to happen because it's not going to be afforded to us. And that's why this is so crucial. And I know we were talking, we got to get back to one thing I wanted to get. Miss me with the assassination attempt when there's no bullets flying. Miss me with that. Miss me with that. That's not an assassination attempt. How many times are you going to play that card, bro? And I hate to be insensitive,
but they have been.
But they have been. They don't care about the totality of what this country could be. They don't care about that.
Do you know when Ruby Freeman, the election worker in Georgia, how her life was upended, the threats that she received? That's similar to somebody laying in the weeds. Kamala Harris has been threatened. Joe Biden has been threatened.
And we need to speak more on Kamala Harris.
The lady in Arizona, was it the governor? Or was she like a congressman? Got
Gabby
Telford or something like that?
Yeah, I forget her name.
She got shot, right?
Yeah.
The lady in Michigan, she had an attempt on her life. They attempted to kidnap her.
Right.
And what did they say? Did they step out and say, stop it?
Right.
Did they do any of that?
Right.
Hell no.
Right.
Go ahead, DJ, before we get up out of here. You lost your train of thought. That's all.
It happens, bro. But it was Gabby Gifford.
Gabby Gifford. Okay, it slips my mind, but go ahead.
Question. And then I just playing devil's advocate. Tell me, because I can name policies that were put in place by Democrats for other ethnicities, specifically to help those ethnicities. Tell me one from this administration that was specifically put in place to help black people.
Well, I have to go and look that up. I can't because I haven't did any research on that, but I'm pretty sure there are.
Okay,
but I'll come back and fact check that comment.
Let me ask a question, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, right?
Go ahead.
When there was violence, right, against a group of individuals, right?
It was the Asian community.
Yes. It was something quickly was put in place. Very quickly, right? We still have not gotten an answer to police brutality against black people, which is still happening.
But I think that goes to Ren's point, though, about back in the day when we were organized. We don't know who our leaders are. All those communities, like Greg, we were talking about the Jewish community earlier and how, together they are anytime anything happens, which I love that about the Jewish community. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that. We don't have that. We're fragmented.
We need to.
We're so many different groups, and there's not a power base for black people. So when you don't have a power base, and this is just to answer your question on why it doesn't get done like that for us, we don't have a power base to speak to. It used to be the church, but they used to be all together.
Yeah.
They're all over the place now. You know what I'm saying? No one is together. There is no power base for black people. So when you don't have a power base and people like we all are saying, we already voted for them.
Hold on. So remember when those farmers received that AIDS package from the USDA under Trump's administration?
Right.
And none of the black farmers did?
Right.
Guess what?
They just got the billion.
Right.
Billions
Right.
of dollars.
It's plenty of stuff, man. We can't see. We take these.
The thing is, it doesn't always hit the news like
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying?
And again, these things have to be voted on and approved through Congress too.
Well, my
Presidents don't make laws.
Yeah, my point in asking
Presidents
you that-
they promote laws and try to get things done. There's a lot of things they can do under executive action, but it can't be
you
laws.
got to have control of both
Right.
houses.
That's
you know
the
what I'm
thing
saying?
that happens. When
So
you,
yeah,
like when
we got
Barack-
to take that narrative out,
when
man.
Barack has his administration, he has to fight tooth and
Tooth and nail to get things passed.
things passed.
But my
On a
point-
Republican-led
my point
Congress or something like a Senate or a House of Republicans. Go ahead.
my point in asking that is, if you have to look it up, that's a problem. Right? If you got to search for it, that's a problem.
It just escaped my mind, but I do remember that. I just had to, because my train of thought wasn't on that. So
Yeah.
you caught me with a question, you caught me off guard.
Yeah, but if I ask that same question about a different ethnicity, black people know, right? So
No,
you
we
have-
don't, because I couldn't name that without looking at it.
No, I'm saying about other ethnicities. Like everybody know that there was some quickly put in place to help Asian Americans, like because it was broadcasted, right? But if you have someone that's in the middle, right, that feels like they have not gotten what they need from the government officials that they put in place, and they don't know or look up these things, it's easy for them to go to where I might have hope here.
HBCU funding, $7 billion.
But
I mean, there's plenty of stuff that's come, but it's helped other people. But you said specifically for the black community.
Shout
So I'm
out
trying-
Miles College, my HBCU.
and I hear what you're saying, but you also have to look at the fact, and this is not a woe is me thing, but it's always going to be by design that it's like this. Like I was just thinking when you were talking about, who our leaders used to be. We used to have Jesse Jackson and all these people out front, Martin Luther King, blah blah blah. Well, now, I often wonder, like, why isn't Angela Rye out there like, we used to adorn Jesse Jackson and Martin Luther King? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a big time advocate for us, big time. Smart, articulate woman, big time out there. But for whatever reason, those particular leaders are not rising above everything that Trump or Republicans, or we can't say Republicans,
Right.
but MAGA is doing.
Right.
And I don't know how, I don't know why, especially in the age of media that we have right now, social media is, but it is like that. And I think that does lend to tearing us,
Yeah.
tearing
And
us
just a
apart,
final
keeping
point for
us,
me, I just think for
divided.
us as a community, somewhere along the line, the collective started to be less important than the individual.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In everything.
Right. And just as far as, and I can only speak to black people. I don't know white people, Jewish people. I don't know. But I think for us, and just my experience, the collective as a whole is not important anymore. People don't really think in those two. I don't want to say anybody, because there are leaders out there. But I think as a whole, as a group, we're more concerned about, let me get mine in this,
Right.
In this country. The collective be damned. You know what I'm saying? I got to get mine. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the sadness of it. You know
Our
what I'm
sense
saying?
of community is what holds us back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
while we talked about Jewish people stick together,
Asian
the Hispanic
peoples.
community,
Everybody
stick
does,
together.
right.
We're the most segmented.
I was just listening to
Right. A lot of reasons for that we can dive into later,
I was
but
just
yeah.
listening to All the Smoke re-released their conversation with Oscar Robertson. I was just listening to it last night, and you can hear, he's 85. Well, he was 85 at the time they recorded that, and he's asking the question amongst Stack 5 and Barnes, and he's saying, he's asking the question, we don't have a lot of people like Ali and like we did back in the
Right.
day, reaching back, to help or talking about politics or talking about social issues anymore. And why is that? But he's asking the question, but Stack 5 and Barnes, Matt Barnes, they aren't the people that can
Right.
that can answer that question or articulate that
Right.
question. Like we struggling to do it right now.
Right.
In a sense. And that question is out there, what is it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like really, what is it? You know,
Right.
we have more billionaires, millionaires, blacks, that is, than we did when we had basically none, because he
Right.
mentions that too. He said
Right.
black people weren't making that kind of money back then.
Right.
Nobody had that type of money. You know, Kareem asked the question all the time. You know, Kareem is still out there fighting and doing his thing. Like, that's his, you know, it was basketball, and then what can I do for as a humanitarian? You know.
One more thing, DJ, then we got to wrap.
Got to wrap, yeah.
I think, Jared, to answer your question, we first got to redefine what our leaders are. I don't know. I think we had this conversation, Dante. Rapper who's platinum is not the spokesperson for Black America.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure not.
So, and I think we have to redefine that. Like, our generation has to, right? And really help the generation below us to see it. And until
Tough task.
Yeah, that's that.
it's tough.
Tough
But they out
task,
here
bro.
blasting sex of red.
Right, tough task.
But if we-
Who
but if we don't-
supporting Trump?
But
Terrible.
if we don't do it, 40 years from now, another Jared's gonna be asking that same question.
Yeah. A lot to think about for the black community, man. A lot to think about for this country with this election coming up,
One
man.
more thing.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna let you wrap it up. One more thing I had to say to Black MAGA who supports Trump. A lot of it is because they think he's an economic genius. They talk about the economy when it was under him.
Look it up.
Dante, what were the stocks? What are the stocks now? Because you the stock guru. What were the stocks now and then?
But let me tell you, he got lucky though, as far as the stock market.
Exactly.
COVID, he got lucky with the stock market. That's all I'm saying. He shouldn't get credit for that.
He inherited one,
That right.
and because of his COVID response, tanked it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So
it tanked so far, it didn't have no choice but to come back.
exactly.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
let's look at his own business acumen,
Right.
because he gets credit for that when he shouldn't. The man was handed $400 million. He's had 6 bankruptcies. 3 of them were casinos. How the fuck you bankrupt a casino? 3 of them.
Right. Would you
It's
let him run
beyond
your
me.
company?
Exactly.
With that track record. Would you
Exactly.
hire him to run your company?
I just saw some shit last night on the interview. They got a book out about him, about his second windfall that he got when they gave him The Apprentice, because the show was to draw in people who was about money.
Right.
And so he was, a figurehead. And they said at the time he was struggling. We went broke, but this was after, the Taj Mahal and all that
Right.
stuff started to tank.
Right.
He was losing money left and right.
Right.
So that was the second windfall that they got. They said they went in and they wanted to use his tower. They said the furniture was old, it smelled dank and musty in there. And they said he was a complete joke. They had to redo a lot of stuff to make him look like he was on it. But they said he was a complete moron. On top of that, if you go back and watch, I remember the 30 for 30 about the USFL.
Right.
They said the main reason why the USFL tanked, first, because Trump tried to get in the NFL. He tried to get an NFL organization.
Right.
They wasn't hearing it.
Right.
And so he wanted to get back at them, and he did some things in the USFL that tanked that league.
But that league has stars too.
He has left a wake
Just
of
a trail
destruction
in
his
Business
path.
wise, yeah. He really has.
Financially for decades,
Yeah,
for years. The economy, the U.S. economy tanked. In part, they want to say inflation. Inflation was a cause of COVID, right? That Russia going into Ukraine. Well, because he wanted the Ukrainians to say they was indicting Biden. He withheld the money that caused them to lose military power, which allowed Putin to do what he had to do. Every decision that he makes is so short term, and then for him, that it causes issues everywhere else.
Right.
That's all I got to say.
I agree, man. I agree. Thank y'all very much for tuning in. Trash Talking with the Old Heads, man. We appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Or we also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So make sure please
us
hit
with some
that
Frankie on the
subscribe
way
button.
out, man.
But going out, man.
Hit us with some Frankie
Hey,
going out.
we in the South, man. As you can tell probably from the accents, man. Frankie Beverly, man. We grew up on Frankie. So rest in power to Frankie Beverly,
Yes,
the
sir.
great, the one and only. Till next week, man. Well, actually, till Tuesday. Don't forget, check out Tasty Tuesdays.
I'll put that on there on the